my goal is to help, families, whether they're thinking about in the process or even post-divorce when they have a special needs child, to figure out how to best get through the process as well as support their kids through that.
So when somebody reaches out to you, so now they found you, what happens? How do you service them? How do you help them?
Yes, a lot of times, kind of like I was at the beginning, people are overwhelmed. They don't know where to start or what to think about or what their steps need to be. And so I help them understand kind of where they are and what their goals are for divorce, for themselves, for their child, and where, how the other parties, all the dynamics are, so we can kind of make a plan for what they need to be doing. So like you said earlier, connecting them with the right resources. So there's a lot of professionals, and a lot of them in the NADP are excellent to work with because they have an understanding of what it takes to support families, especially those with special needs. We also have a special needs chapter in the NADP that has a lot of great specialists. So whether it's a family law attorney, you want to make sure that your lawyer understands what needs to be done in a special needs divorce, which is different than a regular divorce. You've got to protect the child and protect them for the future so that they don't lose any benefits they might receive. So for instance, in the case of child support, depending on the age and state and so on, they might then not be eligible for government benefits if it's not done a certain way. So we want to make sure that's done right. Another person who helps that done correctly is an estate planning attorney. So we have those also in the NADP to make sure that those trusts and other documents are done correctly. Sometimes you have to look at guardianship and other issues. And so all those things you want to think about as part of what I try to advise about as well. And then you have special needs financial planners that help you kind of figure out a step more than I can help them. But I can help definitely get them started thinking about that is what does it cost right now to support that child, so that you can look at what your costs and needs are now and also plan for the future. That's a big part. And that's what makes it special needs divorce different and more complicated than a regular type divorce, because you have to look at the future and what their needs are going to be in the future and how are you going to fund those needs, not just monetarily, but also how we're going to take care of them. So then we want to kind of look at kind of a life care plan and figure out, as part of the discussions in divorce, whether it's through child support or settlements or other means that both parties can support that child, how is that going to happen? And then you have mental health professionals. So in addition to divorce coaches, which definitely is helpful, no matter what kind of divorce is, but especially there's now this, some special needs divorce coaches. I'm the first one that does this exclusively. There's other ones that are great that also do this kind of work. And then I'm also involved in a project to help create a special needs divorce specialty. So that's great news that that need is being seen and is being addressed. And so, in addition to that, there's mental health professionals. So you can go to counselors, therapists that can help support yourself and the child as you're going through the process, because it's definitely a team effort. You can't do this alone. It's very overwhelming. Special needs parents go through a lot of burnout and depression, and there's so much they have to do day to day. They're on call basically 24 hours a day, depending on the needs of your child. And so you can't just do it alone or think your lawyer's going to do it all. You've got to be very involved in the process so they understand your child and what your child needs, and make sure that that's taken into account during all the discussions and agreements.